Hey guys, we are on video 12. I just got through the Beatitudes. What I want to start doing is I want to go through the Sermon on the Mount. For those of you who don't know what the Sermon on the Mount is, that's Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7. One of Jesus' most important, if not the most important teaching he could give. It is basically, lots of people would call this the constitution of the values of heaven. But more importantly, these are the values that Jesus finds important, that he finds central. You need to understand the Sermon on the Mount if you want to rightly relate to God and man. So I just want to advertise that for you. That's why I'm making videos on it now. So I'm going to be going through Matthew 5, verses 13 through 16 today. Very familiar passage. It says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, that it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they might see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." So, Jesus gives two analogies to the believer, and then he gives two warnings. So he uses salt and light. Now it's important that we get this passage in light of the passage before it. What's that? The Beatitudes. So what Jesus is saying here is you're not going to be salt and you're not going to be light unless you live out the Beatitudes. So in other words, whatever context you're in, if you're not taking a stand for the Beatitudes, if you're not taking a stand for holiness, righteousness, purity, mercy, all those virtues that Jesus said is blessed and is important and that we need to be, he says that's how you're going to be salt. That's how you're going to be a light. And it's actually possible to lose these things. That's what Jesus gives a warning, the two warnings about. Now, why does he say salt? What was salt back then? To get the right idea of the time frame back then, they didn't have refrigerators or anything, so salt is what they used as a preservative. It's what they used to prevent decay. So Jesus is saying, if you stand for righteousness in whatever sphere you're in, if you take a stand for holiness, if you take a stand for the virtues of heaven, then you will be a salt. You will prevent decay, moral decay in society, in that little sphere of influence you have there. Just like salt prevents decay in food. Well, with a light's a little bit different analogy in that when you're a light, if you're in a dark room, right, you can't see anything. But if there's light, darkness flees, and the light takes place. It basically pushes back the darkness. Well, Jesus says he's the light of the world. Well, we're to be like Jesus in this matter. And if we put our light under a basket, or under a bushel or under a bowl, it depends on the translation. But if you put your lamp under a bushel, the fire will go out, right? Because it will run out of oxygen. So Jesus is saying, if you, as a Christian, don't pursue righteousness, don't pursue holiness, don't pursue the Beatitudes, you'll lose your fire. Don't lose your fire, but be a light and a salt before men, that they'll see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So I hope you guys got all that. You got any questions, just shoot me a message or leave a comment. Bless you all, and may you be a salt and light before men. All right? Amen? Amen. All right. Catch you later. Bye.